Hey guys, welcome back to another one. Today's video is a little bit different, sort of, and I really want to know what you guys think. I had a really fortunate opportunity to go spend a few days up in Virginia, and I got to run with a good friend of mine, Lee Setzer. His AE Nitro buggy is unbelievably locked in, dialed, set up. It's perfect. I got to drive it, and more importantly, he worked with me on my car for a full day of testing and tuning. So I'm gonna bring you guys along and show you everything that we did, talk about why we were doing it, show you some on-track footage, and just give you kind of like a full test day experience. And I really wanna know what you guys think, because I think that this would be really cool. If there are other fast guys, pro drivers out there that would be up for a test and tune day with little old me, we can make a video of it and we can talk about the things that they do to get a car to handle better. And I think that's some pretty valuable information. So if you think that's cool and you know of a track and or driver, leave a comment down below and let me know. And as you're doing that, I have to take a quick second and talk about today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is Ekster, the maker of this really cool wallet. Ready for a magic trick? This Ekster wallet is perfect for anyone that wants to keep their money and cards and driver's licenses safe and have a very quick, easy access to all of them. The build quality is very nice and offers several different storage options. The main compartment with the quick access button, as you see here, and an expandable area on the back if you want to put some additional items in there. In case your wife has hidden your wallet from you and forbidden you from spending more money on RC cars, I have the perfect addition for this. Slap in the card finder and you'll never lose your wallet ever again, and you can continue to spend way too much money on our toy cars. Pretty simple, just pair this device with your Apple iOS system and then insert into your wallet and you'll be able to locate it anytime you want. Here we can see that my wallet is safe and sound at my house. Perhaps the soft touch wallet is more your style. Same great features, quick access button on the bottom, nice little money clip band there, and looks like we got some additional spots for some business cards as well. They've given us a nice little discount code to save us some additional money. Use code RH at checkout and save yourself a little bit of coin. Thanks again to the folks over at Ekster. Now let's get on to today's video. Been a minute since we have been here at Adrenaline Raceway in Winchester, Virginia. Yeah, I did it. Sometime, I don't know if I'm in West Virginia, or one of the Carolinas. All I know is I'm out of Florida, and it's going to be exciting because I'm going to try and not be completely terrible with some 8-scale stuff. We've made that video recently. We've got the RC8B 4.1 Nitro buggy. I did it in one take, and we're going to try and get it absolutely locked in and dialed in today with the help of
this guy. What's going on, guys?
We're
gonna try and make Ryan not suck at 8-scale Nitro buggy racing.
I mean, obviously I'm the best. I don't need any help at all. If we're being honest, I'm probably gonna help Lee, right? No. So I have basically no idea what I'm doing. His car did okay. He got a main finish there at the Gas Nats.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, nothing to, be super pumped about other than making the main. But yeah, I mean, I would like to think I know more than Ryan Harris about what I'm doing with my Nitro buggy, but
absolutely not. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Behind me, Lee has worked really hard on this track back here, and Jacob and the Hardison family, they have done an awesome job to get a cool outdoor program going, which did not exist the last time I was here. They typically, that thing behind Lee over there, you guys saw me race on the indoor thing. Yeah. That's not what we're doing today. We're gonna do some good old-fashioned outdoor racing. So let's head inside, take a look at what we got going on, and Lee is going to assess if I'm ready to hit the track or not. Do a quick little rundown checklist of some stuff. So let's go check it out. Jacob Hardison, he's running away from us. Where are you going? He's here today. He is usually here helping out at the track. I haven't seen you in a couple years.
It's been a long time. I'm glad you're back.
Okay, dude, good to see you.
Good to see
Are you going to
well.
run with us today?
Yeah.
Sick. He's about to put smackdown on Lee. Obviously, Lee doesn't stand a chance today. Between Jacob and I, it's going to be awesome.
It's gonna be easy.
Yeah, easy. All right, so let's see what we got over here. Let's see if we're sort of ready to go. Nitro buggy, obviously. Got that sweet Samurai engine in there still. I got to do a couple things. So
You're not ready.
I'm not ready.
There's no fuel in the bottle.
Okay, well, okay, fuel's important.
Yeah.
And then I probably have to like charge some stuff.
Yeah, usually the battery in the car, and you did tell me earlier before the camera's on that you don't know if your glow igniter's charged. So
True.
this is why Ryan Harris does not need a nitro buggy.
All right, so we'll charge up some stuff and then we'll see if I'm ready to go. Okay, car is charged up. We're gonna have to put some fuel in there. Radio's good to go. Pretty hurting. I don't have a switch still. We're gonna fix that later because Lee has a different radio tray setup. Not to get super technical, but this car does have that adjustment where you can connect and disconnect a couple different ways to get some flex just how you like it. We'll just try what Lee has, see if it's any better. Probably not though, if we're being honest. I mean, come on. So when we do that, we're gonna put a switch in there so we don't have to do that anymore. And I'm just excited to get on the track, see how it goes. So here we go. I'm gonna just see if Lee does anything different with like his startup procedures. I think I know how to start a nitro car, you know, done it successfully a couple times, unsuccessfully a couple times, but let's just see how the day starts here with this warm-up.
Let's get this thing started. I'll
Okay.
get it going for you. You know, do you want me to put a box tune on it? Do you want to tune it? Or you just want me to, like, what do you want me to do?
No, we definitely, like, yeah, I probably
Okay.
need to put some tuning on this.
No, I just didn't know if you wanted me to do the box tune or you want to do it.
Yes. No,
I kind
yes,
of want you to
yes.
do it because I kind of want to make fun of you while you're doing it.
No,
Okay.
I don't even know what I'm doing. Come on.
Okay, all right.
This is the whole point. Okay, we've never driven at this track before. I'm excited to see how this goes. Lee's gonna get us dialed in.
I think your tune sounds pretty good.
Yeah. You got to give it some beans to do it.
Yeah.
All right.
You need to carry the momentum.
Okay. All right, I'll do a couple more laps. Woo!
Too many beats.
All right, so Lee,
Yeah.
we got the tune, what, you think, like 95% there?
I think it's pretty good. I mean, to me, I'm gonna go drive it, so we'll see. I think maybe the bottom's maybe a little rich, but you seemed to like it. You said it felt good, so yeah.
Yeah.
First thoughts, we don't want to like absolutely tear up the car in just one tank. We're trying to get a lot of changes and progress done today. So track has a ton of grip. A ton of grip. That was really cool. Timings of the jumps are a little bit different. They were a little bit more spaced out than I was anticipating. So we'll work on the jump timing as we get through the day. But overall, I'm really excited. This is gonna be really good. And I wanna see what Lee has to say about the setup of my car, because obviously he's driven his car out here for a lot of laps. So let's see what he thinks of the car here.
Thanks.
I traction with it.
My car is very dirty now, and that's very sad. But I guess it's a good thing because I'm running it.
It's hot outside, really hot. But Lee we're pretty happy with the bench box tune. Couple laps, we're most of the way there as far as engine performance. You think?
Yeah, I think it
Okay.
sounds pretty good. I mean, honestly, it's about 95% there. I think we got a good baseline. I think now the car, we need to kind of work on some suspension stuff.
Yes. So I don't know if you guys could see it in the video, but I think my suspension, just so you guys have a frame of reference, we have the TLR Evo orange spring in the front, and then we have a Techno buggy green rear.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. On the insides, we have the VRP 20-hole pistons, which I've been playing with recently. Really like them. They feel great. But our oil package is a little bit light, most likely. We're at 42.5 front and rear, and we're going to go to...
We're at least going to go to 45 in the front. I think the rear, we're going to try the 42, because in my car I have the 20 holes. I have 45 in the front, 42. But we're definitely going to go up 2 steps stiffer in rear spring. And then we're going to put the new associated springs that just came out, the 1.5 wire. We're going to put that in the front, and I think we'll be good to go. And the brakes.
And my brakes were pretty much non-existent, which was very strange. So I don't know if it's a radio adjustment I need to make or if we need to physically go in and tighten up the brake disc pads. Not really sure, but got to fix that. So the other thing that I'm really hoping that I can fix today is the rear end feels very nervous, like very skatey. Lee's theory is that it's just because my suspension package is not supporting it enough to generate the grip. So hopefully these changes will get what we're looking for. So we're going to do that stuff and then head back out. So we are back out. We have updated our suspension. Thank you, Lee. We've updated our suspension with stiffer springs front and rear. We've gone to the new AE brown, right?
Yes.
Brown, okay. And then a Techno orange buggy rear. So a little bit more support there. We're going to see how it feels. And we went to 45 weight oil in the front. And then we didn't fix my brakes yet. We're going to fix that too.
So because I'm such a 10 scale guy, I obviously mess with front rear brake bias all the time, right? As you do in a 10 scale car. You don't, because it doesn't exist. But with this, Lee, what are you doing? What's happening right now? What was wrong and what did we change?
So Ryan is obviously really good at anything RC.
Yeah, we know this. We know
Yeah.
this.
So his brakes in the front, well, actually, there wasn't even any brakes in the front. He had the rear locked up, 0 brake in the front.
If you could, yeah, if we put this into a percentage, I had like 10% going on up here and 90% going on back here, which would do what on the track?
Well, the car doesn't stop because there's no front brake.
Right.
So when you apply the brake, the front doesn't lock up, it just keeps going. And then if you go in the corner and you brake, because you have so much rear brake, it just spins out basically.
Nice. So
Definitely helping us with our corner entry maximum grip thing going on there, except not at all. So Lee, getting it dialed in. What kind of ratio are you trying to achieve?
Right now, just 50-50.
Just 50-50 is where we're trying to get the car. So for those that don't know, is this pretty standard for how cars adjust brake bias, or is it different with each car?
I mean, it might look a little different.
The
but it's-
adjustment?
Yeah,
but
like,
at least on the AE car, so which one is what? The top one is...
yeah, so the top, I mean, it's pretty easy. The top one goes to this linkage, which controls the rear brake.
Okay.
So the top one's the rear, the front, or the bottom one's the front.
Bottom is the front, top is the rear.
Yeah, I mean,
And
you
then
really
you
just
just-
need to look at the linkage.
You hold the opposite tire and then you turn it over to see the strength of the brake until it feels about 50-50.
Yeah, I mean, I usually, like, some guys, they'll set it on the box and have another guy push the brake, but the way I've always kind of been taught and done it is I just apply full brake, put the radio on the one tire, and then you'll just spin this tire, and you'll feel, how much brake force you have, and, go
Okay.
do the same in the front. And, I mean, people have different ways of checking it, like I said, and brake stuff is really just kind of a feeling. Like, once you kind of know what brake setting you like, if you like 50-50, if you like 40% in the front, 60 in the rear, it kind of becomes more of a feeling thing when you're checking brakes. There's not
Okay.
really a number to go by or a gauge to check it. It's just more of a feeling.
Okay.
So we got some brakes and we have hopefully better balance in the car. We're gonna fire it up and see how it goes.
Oh, wow. I actually have brakes now.
Okay. All right, so thoughts after those improvements. Definitely a lot more balance in the car, front to rear. Rear end didn't want to just skate out on me as much as it was before, and it kind of jumped and landed. Everything just felt better overall. Lee, you drove the car.
Mhm.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely better than the first time we drove it. I think, which I know we discussed, I think we have to do some piston swap front to rear. I think the rear pistons are in the front, and the front are in the rear.
Those pistons, as far as I can remember when I put them together, I wasn't aware or didn't pay attention to any indicators of something being front to rear. So definitely worth taking them apart. He thinks that there's definitely something that feels different, and that might be the cause. So we're going to look at that. But then the next thing that we want to look at are maybe some link locations, arm, anti-squat, toe.
Yeah, so I mean, you have some your pills in the back and the C block are a little different than mine, but we're also going to put the taller hub plates on from Factory Team that come in the hub plate set. You have the kit ones in right now, which is just using the middle row of holes. We're going to put the taller ones on, use the top hole. I think we're going to stand the shocks up in the back one hole in the tower. Change the C pills, make sure the shock pistons are in the right location. And then, yeah, I think that's going to be a lot better.
So once everything is put together and we feel like the car has gotten to a point where it's going to be good, then Lee's going to hop on the track and he'll throw his car down, and I'd like to drive your car too, just to see what it feels like. All right, cool. I get to break his car because he's broken my car actually at least 4 times.
Not today.
Not today, but in my lifetime, I am so hesitant to give him a radio because he's like, oh, it's not my car.
No,
I'm just going to drive it as fast as I want, and there's no consequence. What do you have to say for yourself?
I drive the car like it's supposed to be driven.
No! All right, let's head inside and make these changes. 20-hole VRP pistons. Because I obviously know everything and I never make mistakes, these are actually marked for front and rear. This, I don't know if I can quite get the picture with this lens, but this one is a rear, and it was in the front. What had happened was, Lee was feeling my car. He watched me put the oil in my shocks, so he knew the oil was correct. He knew the spring that was on there, but he still was convinced something was wrong, which is kind of crazy that you could feel that. He's very locked into these things. So we took them apart. He helped me put them in the correct locations. And now, just to take it from the top, we are going with the front pistons in the front,
Yes.
the rear pistons in the rear, and we are going to put 45 weight team associated
oil in the front and 42.5 in the rear. That's what we're sticking with. Okay. Other changes that we made. This is the optional factory team carbon fiber plate. The one that's in the kit is basically a hole that's in between these two rows, correct? Mm-hmm. So this one, we went to this top location to give us a little bit more grip action, some side bite, you would say, perhaps?
Yeah, it's just better to me every time I run the taller plate. It just, when I come out of the corner, it seems to just kind of square up better. I have more grip in the rear on power.
Okay. So we are going to go to that. I'm sure that's going to be a nice welcome change. And then in the front, we're going to change my, how do I say this correctly? We're playing with the caster angle with the top arm inner shims.
That was
You
way too much information.
have less caster than me.
Yes.
So,
So you're going to take the caster shims and move them
from the front
to the back
to the back.
Push the front arm forward.
So quite a few changes, but everything is going in a good direction so far. So caught a mistake, making some tweaks, car's feeling good. We're gonna put it all back together and go back out on the track and see how it goes. So, besides you hating how I drive, you think the car has a little bit more balance to it? Looks a little bit better from trackside?
Better. It looks more flat.
Flat.
Rear.
My car is continuing to get nice and dirty. So we're making progress. The changes that we made translated to more off power and on power stability. All around, the car is a little bit more predictable. The only thing that was very different that it took me a minute to get used to was the characteristics of how the car would turn into the corner. Before, I had so much off power rotation that I was just kind of like waiting for it to happen and it be too much and then correct it. Now it's I have to give the car input to get it to turn, and that's a good thing. So I really liked what I was seeing. What did we think about what we saw out there?
Yeah, I thought honestly that was the best the car has been. We had to rebleed the shocks though, because I like to personally double bleed them, and then when you're out in the weather like this, when it's hot and you're outdoors, it could build pressure as you're out there and the shocks get warm. So we had to rebleed them, but after we did that, kind of got the pressure out, and we had the shock action was nice and smooth. Yeah, I thought the car was the best it's ever been today. Lots of traction. To me, when I drove it, I thought it had really good steering. But yeah, the best balance that we've had all day for sure.
Now we're gonna do one last round of changes and then just move on to just learning the car and driving the car. Lee has a different radio tray configuration. I don't know how much of a change it's going to actually make on the car, but it's worth trying because we haven't played with it before. We're going to remove, which is it? The middle piece, the front piece?
The front servo
So if we're looking at it here, this piece can be taken off so that then these are no longer connected. So we're going to try that and see if giving the car a little bit more flex, if it makes me feel more comfortable, get a little bit more drivability out of the car. So I'm going to do that, and I think I'm just going to freshen up the rear diff because it feels a little bit light, just nitro car things, and then I think we'll be ready to go. And oh, we'll slap on a fresh set of tires because the ones that I was using, I had a full race day on them, plus all the practice that we've been doing today, so they had reached the end of their usable lifespan. So fresh set of tires, fresh diff, and then we'll see if we get even better. Okay, final round of changes for the day. We have worked on the shocks, we worked on some chassis flex, we worked on the diffs, freshened those up, made a small change there, and we put a fresh set of tires on. So really excited to cap off our day of practice here to see how good the car has gotten. It's gotten better every single time we went out on the track. So I'm about to get world starred by Lee and Jacob because they're way faster than I am, but still, it's fun to run with the homies at the end of the day and just see who can wreck the most, and then you just make fun of them. It's probably going to be Lee. Jacob, we haven't heard from you all day. What do you think? What do you have to say on today's activities?
It was fun. I enjoyed myself. We got to hang out all day, so that was good. And end off the day, like you said, with a little bit of running on the toy car track. So it's always a good day when you have that.
Absolutely. Lee, are you happy with any sort of progress or changes that we've made today to the Ryan Harris machine?
Yeah, I'm very happy with the progress on the machine. In terms of you as the driver, not really any progress being shown out
Actually
there.
gonna have a clinic where I can teach Lee how
Right.
to just be better.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like a Checo on track.
Yeah, for sure, like a Sergio Perez, maybe a Kevin Magnussen.
We'll see how it goes. Gonna run some footage here. Might have some closing thoughts after this, but hope you enjoyed just us beating each other to death for a few minutes.
Going great.
Oh. Oh, what the? Don't. Oh my God. Got him. Oh my God, you're so dumb. It's up to Jacob. Come on, flip me. Oh my God. Oh!